So a couple years ago, I and my colleagues were funded to do a study of sexual violence case attrition. And it's a funding by the National Institute of Justice to try to understand what happens with sexual assault cases and why they don't make it through the system. And we're bringing that to Wellesley Centers for Women to continue that work and then build on it, because it's something that really I've been looking at all my career as to what happens to these cases and the fact that they very often don't make it through the system. So we'll be looking at that. There's another thing, one of the other projects that I'm bringing with me and I'll be working on that I started several years ago was to understand the lives and the experiences of commercially sexually exploited children. And I am continuing that work. I don't have funding for that right now, but I'll be continuing that work on commercial sexual exploitation by writing up more of our results and by, once again, interviewing kids who are on the streets and trying to understand how to help communities to help them better. So the other work I'm doing and bringing here is work I started some years ago on commercial sexual exploitation of children. And that is really focused on understanding pathways to sexual exploitation and ways that then we can respond so that children won't be abused in that way. We're talking about kids who are on the streets, who are prostituted, who are sexually exploited. And there's much more that needs to be done about now how can a community respond to this, take what we've learned about their lives and how they got there and make it into policies and practices for the community. So I will be continuing this work. There's qualitative data from interviews with 61 youth who were living on the streets, and some of that has been published in specific articles about the police intervention with kids or about the resiliency that the youth showed. But really wanting to pull this all together into one manuscript, one book-length project that will talk about their lives and add in some other elements that I haven't written specific papers on. I did a presentation last fall on the pimps, so those who exploit the youth, and that really could, their lives with the pimps could get out there more.